I'm Ninja here with producer Steve and Scott Hastings. And Scotty, I got to say, I'm very excited about this Usyk Fury fight. This first one was borderline iconic. I mean, we were texting throughout the whole thing. Basically, at one point, it was, wow, Fury is dominating this. He looks good. Then a few rounds later, it's holy shit, I can't believe what's going on. What was your takeaway from that first fight before we look ahead at the second?
Yeah, I think holy shit was the perfect comment for that. I'm just watching this highlight. I'm not even listening to what you just said. I still remember that. It was the 9th round, 8th round. Yeah, impressive. Steve, why'd you take that off? I was watching that.
It was ending.
It was ending.
Yes.
No, terrific fight. It's shades of the Wilder Fury trilogy, of course. In that one, Fury dominates 10.5 rounds, gets plastered to the ground, and then rises up like the Undertaker there in the 12th. Still somehow doesn't get the win. I believe Adelaide Bird might have. Look at this full screen. I love this. Are we going to get this taken down? Nah, don't worry about it. I don't know if Adelaide was in the corner for that one, judging that first fight with Wilder. Oh my God, it's crazy. What's so impressive to me about Usyk is that left hand is so educated. It's almost one-dimensional in the sense of you'll see so many setups. Like Fury is always feinting. He's always moving. He's so tricky. And, 6'9", 280 pounds. Like, in my opinion, he's the best boxer of all time because of the size and what he's able to do and the conditioning and the output. Somehow Usyk is borderline just relies on that left hand. He lands it on absolutely everyone. There it was. Beautiful. Left hand over the top. Left hand over the top. He lands it at will. The smaller guy, a cruiserweight, undisputed champion, lands it at will and hurts every single person he lands it on. Put AJ in rough shape both times that they fought. And it was that left hand that changed the whole tempo of that fight, that first fight back in, was that March, April?
I can't even remember when it was.
Now,
it was like 3 years ago.
I still thought that Fury won that fight. I thought he won by decision. I had him 7 rounds to 5. It was so close though, and wasn't a robbery by any means, but I had Fury winning that first fight. And so I will be back on Fury again this fight because younger guy. There is a narrative, and I don't know, it's controversial, but Fury claims that because of the war in Ukraine that he got awarded the decision by the judges because of that thing. Controversial, but boxing is corrupt as all hell, so probably is what happened there. One story that, to take a dark turn, Fury also miscarried earlier in the week or the week before, also not very public out there, so like weighing on a heavy mind, still goes in there for 12 hard rounds. I think Fury gets him this time, but our boy Ethan Diamandis on site has Usyk inside the distance and by knockout.
Interesting. And I do want to talk about picks here momentarily, but this broke earlier today, Scotty. I saw Helwani talking about this, but apparently there is going to be an AI-powered judge. Now, this judge will not be used for official scoring, and it will not impact final scoring. But it'll be interesting to see what it turns out as we compare what we have from the official scoring to what the AI judge cranks out. Your thoughts on that?
I mean, so the Riyadh season, Turkey Al Sheikh, I'm sorry I butchered the name, please don't kill me. What he's been doing for boxing is absolutely terrific. And I love that this is a modern approach. If it means Adelaide Bird is never seen again and we can go AI, give it to me. Personally, I'm old school. I'm all right with a little bit of mistakes, especially baseball. I hate the robo-ump idea. I'm dead against it. I'm okay with living on the edges. I live on the edges. Let's get serious. It's intriguing. I heard another aspect of like people that are watching the fight or in the stands could pay a price and you could be a judge as well. And they would tally that up. That's very intriguing. But if you got plus 1,000 underdogs, Steve.
That's boxing in a nutshell. Like, what are we doing?
The legitimate people here would pick the right winner, but Steve would go for the money because he's a greaseball. So I don't know. It's intriguing. I hope it doesn't like what is it going on? Significant strikes? Is it defensive? Like there's so many aspects to boxing that can't be picked up by an AI. Right. Well, like a Canelo, he's not going to rip to the head too often. He's going to he's going to tickle your liver over and over again.
Yeah.
But if you land 4 shots like Callum Smith hits him 5 times in the head, does that outweigh a devastating body shot? By the way, I know you're trying to push me out of here because can you believe this, audience? He had 10 minutes for this one. I'm at 14, so I've went overboard. I win.
We're not done.
Yeah, we're not done.
The first fight, Scotty, was basically a pick'em.
Yes.
Usyk closed around -105 or thereabouts, depending on the book, of course, which is why it's always imperative to shop around for the best value. But now, Scotty, at FanDuel, as you see here, we have Usyk at around -138, -140 thereabouts. Fury coming back at plus money. I'll get to your pick in a second, but your thoughts on the line here going into the sequel?
I was just kind of looking at the breakdown too, was interesting. Like unanimous decision. Yeah. Winner by decision for Fury at 350 and then winner by knockout plus 300. Fury, not a guy known to knock guys out. And then the inverse for Usyk, where the decision is chalk more than the knockout, which makes a little more sense. But in that first fight, Usyk had Fury in worse shape than Fury had Usyk. So I don't know. I find that that kind of stood out to me. I haven't looked into the props that closely. Ultimately, I thought it should have been, the line should have been the exact same. In such a narrow victory or defeat, depending on which side it was. I was on the losing side. And many pundits believe that Fury won that first fight. So I'm a little shocked, but that means, hey, a little more juice for us, and I'll take that all day.
So talk me out of Fury by decision. Like, is that not the play here? Like, right?
Yeah. I mean, if he's putting his hands in petrol again, like he did in the rematch with Deontay Wilder, if you remember that one. I mean, maybe he's cheating again. What did we do? We poisoned Wilder. We pulled the glove out so that we could hit him with the palm of our hand. We had egg weights in our hand, and we dipped our hands in petrol. The last one is actually allowed. The others are not. Anyway, so I think he's going to do one of those things. He's going to lie, cheat, and steal, as the Gypsy King does. I wouldn't be surprised if he put him down, but ultimately, yeah, I think the trilogy is where we're going here. And a really close rematch or a very similar outcome as we had in that first one, but it's going to go in favor of Fury, especially because we are in Riyadh season. Not to,
keep it moving.
We get that third fight. Lots of money being exchanged. So, I'll take Fury at the plus 110 or whatever you can get him. If you're a little more looking for the value, I think by decision at plus 350 is the way to go. If he flatlines him, I'd be super impressed. Just that's not typically his style. Though he bludgeoned Wilder, but Wilder doesn't have the conditioning that Usyk does. So I don't think that method of victory, he'd have to staple him to the ground. And I just don't think Fury has that kind of power in his hands.